Hello, hello, and welcome, or should I say, ho, 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 Christmas cousins. I'm Cousin Chad.
And I'm Cousin Seth.
And we want to welcome you all to the Christmas Cousins podcast. Seth, I know we weren't supposed to announce that yet. Right. I'm a little overly enthusiastic tonight because we are joined with two absolute legends in the Christmas game. I'm talking two of the top guys. Returning guests, you know them, you love them. Joe's looking around. Don't be humble, Joe. You know your vaulted spot amongst the monetized YouTubers. You're the Mr. Beast of Christmas. We're joined by Joe, the Christmas aficionado. We have Gerry D, one of the godfathers, the originators of Christmas podcasting, in my estimation. I don't know. And Totally Rad Christmas podcast. And these guys are amazing. We are here tonight to discuss not all about Cousin Seth for once, although I guarantee he will make it about him within 3 minutes as usual. We're not here to watch Joe drink, and we're not here to watch Gerry play with Castle Grayskull. We are here to discuss, and though, Gerry, if you want to do that, that could be interesting. We are here to discuss the Hallmark premier ornaments and your hauls and the history and traditions. Because every year in July, Hallmark brings out their premier ornaments. It's really exciting. I went over the Hallmark store and saw there are lines all over. Joe does it every year. It's a tradition. Gerry does it every year. I've been checking it out. Seth is just beginning to get traditions now in his 78th year. So maybe one day he's going to get it. So it's very exciting. So we are here. Welcome, first of all, Joe, the Christmas aficionado, YouTube fame at the Christmas aficionado on YouTube, Instagram, everything. We know him, we love him. Crowd, let's give him a big welcome.
Hello. I don't know about you, Gerry, but whenever I want to feel better about myself, I just let Chad introduce me.
Go for sure. Yep, I just give him a quick buzz.
I mean, I'm the Mr. Beast of Christmas, so I guess that's pretty good.
That's nice.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
Trademark that. Yeah, sometimes Joe calls me at 3 a.m. like, Chad, I'm a little down. Can you give me an intro? I play the music. I get him going, the crowd cheering.
Yeah, I get it.
We love it. And you guys don't get nervous with the live studio audience at all. You're very comfortable in front of 100 people. I like it.
Not
at all. Okay, there they are.
Well, I mean,
Gerry,
like you said, we're all musicians. We've all played before in front of folks, so no big deal.
That's true. Well, to segue off of that, Gerry has the Totally Rad Christmas podcast, one of my favorite podcasts to listen to. I really love the topics you come up with. Cousin Seth and I have been honored to be guests on, and we're going to be guests on again, actually, after we're recording this. And I think Wednesday as well, we're doing it. Well, we're jam-packed this week. And we'll be on Joe's show and a YouTube Live tomorrow as well. Well, Who knows when this airs? So I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. July 16th will be live on your channel, right, Joe?
Correct. Yes. We're going to try something interesting with you guys. So let's see what happens. Making spirits bright. We'll be drinking and talking, and I don't know if necessarily in what order, but
is it
something
anytime
like
they say Christmas, you got to take a shot. I don't know about that.
Yes.
Just maybe a new idea.
Yeah.
You'll be wasted by the end.
I like that idea. And so but
it's got to be a shot of eggnog.
I think so.
That's the only thing that works. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And in July, the eggnog's nice and fresh. So that'll be really interesting the next day. So Gerry has the Totally Rad Christmas podcast. Anything you want from generally the 80s he focuses on, but fantastic topics. One of the episodes I recently really enjoyed was they kind of dissected and took apart the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation soundtrack. And that was fantastic. And Gerry, who's a bit of a Christmas aficionado, a music aficionado rather, was able to give a lot of insight onto that because Gerry, your history, you were a musical teacher or something. What was that?
Yeah. So I have a double major in physics and music. And music composition especially. So I like to get into the music theory and stuff. But then I taught right after college. I was a band director for about 4 years before I realized I like having a life. So, but because you're always going. But yeah, so I taught. And one of the things I had to do was teach music history and music theory as well. And a lot of those kids, that was like their elective. They had no prior experience. They weren't in band or choir or orchestra. It was just kids that needed an elective. So I had to make it fun. And so I would just break down like film scores and film soundtracks and things like that. So it was fun. We got to watch movies.
Anyone who went to your class, did they learn anything outside of 80s music and 80s movies, or was that the breadth of the experience?
Yeah. No, we cover everything from Duran Duran to the Police. No.
Mr. Gerry, I can't play Talk Dirty to Me anymore. My hands hurt.
All right, every rose has its thorn. Let's go.
Right.
No,
That's right.
yeah, we learned about everything from we started at chant and we went all the way through like the history of Western art music, and then we just focused a lot on like film scores. So like John Williams, Jerry Goldsmith, Danny Elfman, those cats, and so it was fun stuff.
Okay, I believe his class was like, okay, we're going to do the 80s this year, 1780s. We're doing Mozart. Then we're going into 1980s. We're doing Michael. It just had to be 80s. It could have been any
It doesn't matter. Yeah, as long as it's 80s. Yeah.
Right. Gregorian chants from the 1680s, whatever it is. So we need to broadcast that class, Gerry. Just let it play alive.
I might have notes somewhere, but I think a lot of that is on my old desktop. So, I mean, it's cool. We'll stick with the 1980s for most of Christmas, I think.
And what instruments do you still play? A lot of instruments now?
So I can still play a lot of instruments. Mostly lately, I just play guitar, but I can play all the brass instruments. So, nice. Trumpet, trombone, baritone, tuba, and a little bit of French horn. And then I can play, of course, bass because I play guitar. And then what I call composer's piano, which is I can like plunk out certain things, but don't ask me to play to perform on keyboard. I can't do that. But
right.
Yeah. And then I've had to play drums before, but I don't consider myself a drummer. So.
Okay. And Joe, you play guitar and what else? Because you have guitars behind you.
So I started off as a guitar player, and then I got old and I couldn't play as fast as I used to.
I understand that. Yeah.
So I actually switched to bass about 12 years ago. So I primarily play bass. Yeah, I've got a guitar behind me, but I mostly just play bass. I actually just finished a week-long performance of Jesus Christ Superstar. So
right.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the hardest things I ever played.
But I know what you mean, because about 4 years ago, I broke my wrist. See, and so I can't bend my wrist the way I used to anymore. Wow. And my speed is just not there at all. So I've had to do a lot of finger picking and so now I've really been inspired by Lindsey Buckingham and his playing. And so trying to arrange things that way and just playing all with my fingers. And it's hard playing Metallica with your fingers. I'm going to tell you right now. So, besides nothing else matters. And it just doesn't work. So.
Wow, we need to get together and play some Christmas tunes for an episode. That would be a lot of fun. Well, Seth, many instruments too. What do you play, Seth?
Piano. I try to chunk out a few tunes, but piano, guitar, drums. I guess drums as of 5 months in, I guess.
Don't be modest.
But you had a lot of private tutors, right? With all the help.
Yeah.
Came in and Joe Satriani was one, if I recall.
Exactly.
He flies to Vienna every Thursday at 4:00 for lessons. So no one's even there. He flies there and plays on the way over and flies back.
It's a weird week. Absorbs it all. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. I've heard Seth play some good ska and speed metal and punk and things. No FX he plays and everything on a guitar. He's very heavy. So you're good, Seth. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, I like it. Excellent. Good. Nice. So we're musicians, Christmas lovers, aficionados, and tonight we're talking about ornaments, which has nothing to do with the first 8 minutes, 45 seconds of this show. That's how we go on this show. It's a long and winding road. Someone play that. Right. Someone grab a guitar.
It's not a podcast if you don't go off topic, right?
That's right, exactly. Topic's just a loose thing. So anyway, as I was saying, on December 5th, 1791, we lost Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. And today's topic is all about his home in Vienna, Austria. Okay, no, seriously. Joe, I'd like you to kick it off, because tell us a little bit what you know about the history of the Hallmark, doing these ornaments in July, because I know this is a big thing for you, and you have a big tradition. You were kind of like, let's go on and talk about this tonight.
So I have been collecting Hallmark ornaments since probably 1992.
Wow.
So I had
Gerry doesn't recognize that decade. That's right after the 80s.
I know. No,
I know. I go through 93. It's okay.
Okay.
So my very first Hallmark ornament, I think it was the Star Trek Enterprise D from Next Generation. My mom bought that. And I was like, oh my God, they have a Star Trek ornament. I had no idea. I was like, 13, 14 years old at the time. And so I just started buying them. And once I got a job and I could afford them, every year I go out and buy all the ones that I want. I don't know how long they've been doing Christmas in July. I don't think it's been a long time, maybe 10 years, but they do they have 2 times where they release ornaments. The first is in July. The second one is usually in September or October. Last Saturday this past Saturday was the Hallmark release for 2024.
Yes. That's very exciting. Yes. I have a lot of questions about that. Joe and Gerry, our guests, because Seth, I know you're not getting up to go anywhere on a Saturday morning. Joe and Gerry, do you guys? No. Well, there are lines out by me. There were lines like all over. They were preparing. I went in on Thursday and they were like, get here early. Like there were big lines around me. I'm in coastal North Carolina. But Gerry and Joe, by your houses, were they crazy? Do you guys go early as well?
So I don't really have to because in the DFW area, there's like tons of Hallmarks. So I go to a particular one. I, fill out my wish list and turn it in. So I don't have to be one of the first ones to make sure I get what I want. I really like the wish list. I started doing that 5 to 10 years ago, somewhere around there. And it just makes life so much easier because I used to have to go early to make sure that I could get all the cool ornaments that were going to be sold out because the Batman ones would go quick. There's a lot of others that would go super quick. So there's not quite the huge lines anymore because we just have so many Hallmarks, at least in my area.
Right. Okay. And Joe, what about you? Did you go early just for the fun of it, or I know you fill some out early yourself?
Yeah, no. So I do the wish list now. I didn't used to. I used to like the hunt. That's the best part. Like you grab a basket, you run over, you start grabbing the ones you want. But you miss out on. They started really doing a lot more of exclusives. I mean, they they always have done that, but they've been ramping it up for the past 10 years of this one's only going to be available in very small quantities. So you got to get here early and pick it up. So now I do the wish list. The woman at the Hallmark store knows who I am. She knows.
Same.
She said to me, I'm in an area where I only have one Hallmark store now. But I think I'm one of the few people who gets a lot of the pop culture stuff and not so much of the traditional Christmassy Santa Claus type things. And so because of that, and because she knows that I always want the exclusive, hard to find pop culture ones, she writes it on my list and I always have it. So I never could miss. I don't have to miss it.
So they and when they see the Christmas aficionado walk in, they're just they know what's going on there, so.
That's right. The craziest thing, but their pupils actually turn to dollar signs.
That's right. I'm afraid.
Unfortunately, that's very true, Gerry. They see me coming. That's for sure.
I feel you. Now, because of my job situation in the past, I haven't been able to buy as many as some of the others, like Todd Killian from Christmas Clatter, Anthony Caruso from Tis a Podcast, those guys, and CJ Belanger from Rose Such a Clatter. Those guys, they call themselves the Hallmark Dream Guys because they go all in and spend ridiculous amounts on these ornaments. Wow. And while I do spend a lot, I can't afford what they can afford. But I'm kind of like you, Joe, where it's we've been collecting since the early 90s, and same thing. We've been, going in regularly. And as I had also got my own job, then I would go in regularly. Now it's like a family thing where everybody picks out their top 2 or 3 favorites and we kind of go from there. So,
so what do you, go on. I'm sorry. I want to get your thoughts here. Go on.
Well, the wish list, what I gather, you fill it out. But with your own picks or with family, whatever, and then you have to go into the store and hand deliver it, what does it guarantee that your picks are there the day of release or something?
They pretty much. They bag up. They have a bag ready for you. Has all the ornaments that you wanted, and it's a bag. bag.
All right, that's where you've got me.
So, well, I mean,
let's
just introduce it. When you buy enough ornaments.
You got
those things.
There it is.
There we go. So, Joe, for those of you who are listening, Joe just pulled out a giant, giant Hallmark bag right there. And Seth is so confused because you guys are talking about affording things and not affording things. And Seth doesn't even know. A year ago, he had no idea what Hallmark even halfway was, and let alone that you would go in July and they'd have ornaments in July. So this is all new to you, Seth. So Joe just pulled out a giant bag. That is this year's haul, right, Joe? That you're going to unmask live on it. Wow.
And they have a new exclusive bag every year, so that's always something that you got to collect. I have every bag probably from the past 10 years. You save them. Yeah, and then not that they're worth anything, but it's just kind of cool because you have to spend so much money. You just save it. Yeah, you have to spend so much. You have to save much. You have to spend so much money before you can get that one. And I think it's like $100. You have to spend over $100 to get a bag to get the bag.
Like
but
nicer gift bag. Oh, imagine the shame walking out with that crappy plastic bag they probably give. Have a nice day. Enjoy your walk through the mall.
The walk of Hallmark shame. Right?
Shame.
Shame.
Terrible. Shame.
That's right.
I don't have a bell. Shame. Shame.
Shame. Are there any exclusive ones either way? Like one that you can only get online or ones that you can only get in store day of? Like you can't even wish list them.
There are some that if you're part of the Hallmark Ornaments Keepsake Collectors Club, that there are special ornaments that only you can get then. But I didn't.
It's some of the ones that you can only some of the exclusive ones you can only get in store. You can't order it online. So like I have like 2 of them today that you can't get online. You have to go into the store to buy it.
Okay. Now, what of your respective families, Gerry? I'll ask you first. Like, what does your family think about this? Because I know you're married with children. Do your wife? Do they participate, or they think like, what's going on? Yeah, exactly.
No. The kids are all in. My wife tolerates it. You know, we had a tradition when we were dating that we would already start like just buying ornaments as well. So rather than just trying to like hunt down and find cool ornaments from wherever, which we still do, but we don't like focus on those as much. I kind of pulled her into the Hallmark ones, but the kids are all in. Like as soon as the dream book comes out, they're like, I'll usually pick up 2 or 3 so they can, circle which ones they want, and we can start writing them down. And sometimes they'll even cut it out and like glue it on paper. I mean, it's like a whole thing with them. Wow. And they're really excited to go in and actually see and listen, because they say like sight or magic sounds, things like that. But they're just excited to actually hear what it is that they're going to say, or what sounds are going to come out, or how they light up. So yeah, they're all in for sure.
So that's cool. It made it a whole family tradition then. I like that. And Joe, what about for you? Is this family affair, or just, I can see it's just Joe going alone and you're on your own, Joe?
I'm just gonna go do some work in the office. It's fine. It's fine. Stop nagging me.
My wife
work to do.
My wife tolerates it. She hates the Hallmark tree because like every year I have trees that are just dedicated to the Hallmark ornaments. And when you take them out, you got to save them in the boxes. So you have to take them out of the box, hang them. And then when you want to put them away, you got to take it down and put it back into the box.
Wrap it up.
It's an all day process.
Yeah.
She likes seeing the trees. She likes some of the ornaments. She hates decorating. She lets me get what I want because she knows, this is my kind of like collector thing that I do. And my kid used to love it, but she's a teenager now. And she's kind of embarrassed by it. So until I told her how much the collection that I have may be worth. And then one day I saw dollar signs in her eyes. So, when I'm not around anymore and she's got these tubs of ornaments, she can sell them all and, I don't know, buy something nice for herself, I guess.
Right. That's right. Watch out. Yeah. She might
say the same thing about 10,000 Beanie Babies.
Unfortunately, I don't have the love as much as Gerry does. So
I know.
I'm sorry, man. It does feel good, but my kids are still young. My oldest is now 12, so pretty soon she'll be there.
Yeah,
but
mine's
the other
15,
ones are,
so yeah, it's
yeah,
gonna be.
exactly. Yeah,
they turn on a dime. So
yeah, well, I still have a 7 and a 5, so I'm okay for a while,
yeah.
Right.
But then that's good.
Yeah.
That's more I can order for me instead of having to buy their stupid choices. No, I'm just kidding.
That's right.
Do you ever find yourself talking them out of ones? You're like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Like,
that's just gonna look like a
you really want that one? Or sometimes they'll find one, and it's one of those like big tabletop ones that it's like $150, and I'll have to be like, well, I think maybe you should look at this one. You really like Sonic. Let's look at these Sonic ornaments over here.
Right. Yeah. And especially it's 150 kids running around. It's just not, it's not good.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's cool though that you have just an all Hallmark tree. We usually just do one big tree, and then we have like a couple of small ones in the kids' rooms. But we just put all of our ornaments on. So all the Hallmark, all the traditional ones, like all the ones the kids have made, everything all together on one big tree, mishmash. And they make fun of me at work because at work they do all these theme trees. That's like the big thing. So like the Grinch tree and then this tree, and it's like all themed and elegant with ribbon and all sorts of things. And I'm like, no, man, just throw it on and put some tinsel on and you're good,
So So I have 3 Hallmark trees. I have the main one, which rotates it spins.
Nice. Yeah.
And then that has a variety of the Hallmark ornaments. I have one tree that's dedicated to nothing but the Star Wars Hallmark ornaments because I have so many of those.
Yeah.
And then the other one is dedicated to Disney. So it's all Disney properties.
That's cool.
So, yeah. And I think there's a 4th one coming probably this year.
Wow.
I have hit 600.
At that point.
I have hit 600 ornaments.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. No, that's way more than me. No, I'm only at like maybe 250 tops.
Yeah.
So, there was a video that Joe showed us of him taking down the holidays, and it's crazy. Joe, was that like on your YouTube channel that people can see that, or did you just send us?
But I think I'll re-record. I'll do a new one this year when I decorate, or maybe even when I decorate, because you could see how long it takes me. I put a GoPro up and I just let it sit there for 8 hours, and then I sped up the footage 5,000%, so you can see how long it takes.
Yeah.
But, I also, the thing is, I buy them every year, but I also love to go to like Goodwill because people donate them, and you can find all these old ornaments for like $2 or $3.
Or garage sales as well.
Yeah. So I tend to just buy whatever, and then if I want to put it up, I'll put it up. If I don't, then maybe next year. So
wow. Seth, what are you thinking about this? Because this is all new to you. A year ago, being the festive freshman you were, you just really didn't know that anyone would do anything in July, let alone this whole Hallmark ornament world. What are you thinking about that?
Yeah.
And I know you do have 2 ornaments now, right? You're up to 2.
I got 2 right here.
Oh wow.
This guy.
What
bragger. Brad, what a bragger.
I didn't bring my new ones. mine are already
Hallmark ones. I think I have probably with the 4 only 2 of the 4 nutcrackers made it. So I think in total I have like 6 ornaments.
You have 1/100th of Joe's collection, Seth.
That's amazing.
In fairness, Seth means he owns 6 entire Hallmark stores, though. He does not mean ornaments.
Right. I go anytime I want, just drain them.
A little different. Okay. So, let's get into it. So if you want to play along at home, go to hallmark.com/digital-dream-book. If you want to see the different book, ornaments that are available. So Gerry or Joe, either one can go. I want to go into what you guys got yourselves, what your haul was. We can't go through all of them, but we are, just so you know, if you're interested, Gerry is having us on as guests. We're going to be doing the 1988 Hallmark Dream Book. I hope we're not too late to order. Yeah, it's a little different. So when will that be airing, Gerry?
Tomorrow. So
really? Oh wow.
Yeah, or if I can get it edited, I'll drop it tonight. So we'll see.
Oh my gosh, this guy. Okay. Well, Central Time, you have an extra hour than real time.
True.
So
That's true,
yeah, it's not really fair. Yes, this episode will be dropping, I think, also Tuesday morning, the 16th. So yours may be dropping before, right around then. So if you want more Hallmark, more Christmas Cousins, more Gerry, more Joe. There's going to be plenty. From 1988 to 2024, we're spanning into 2 hours. This is amazing. So let's go one by one. Joe, what was the first ornament you got? I don't know if you have any order of preference. He's digging into his bag right now, his giant, very special bag that he got. Now he does have the proletarian brown bag. Okay, here we go. A little drum roll.
Let me show you.
That's drumming from Gerry's class. I learned that.
Okay.
Okay.
So I usually buy a lot of pop culture, and you're going to see a ton of pop culture ones today. I think we're going to make sure to see if Chad actually knows who any of these characters are. That's always a fun game.
Yes.
But this one is not pop culture. This one was just a fun one that I bought. I don't really believe, but I love the idea of Bigfoot. And
Bigfoot it is.
Yeah,
he might exist.
The guy up in Vermont.
They had this ornament called Just Believe, and it's Bigfoot carrying Santa on the front. And I saw this, I'm like, all right, it wasn't on my wish list, but I grabbed it at this point.
I love that one. Okay, so that is great. It is Bigfoot carrying Santa. Now, let me ask, you have it still in the box. So are you going to leave it in the box till you put up your tree in November or whatever? Is that what you do? Gerry's shaking his head as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, Christmas morning when you decorate, except I did open 2 of them here because I wanted you to hear the sound. So,
thank you.
Yeah. But first dedication. One, Just Believe, Bigfoot.
So if you want to look it up and see, look up Just Believe. It's Bigfoot and like kind of carrying Santa. I like that. Okay. That's a cool one. How many did you get total this time, Joe?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, geez. He's taking his shoes off to count past 10. This is going to be a long night.
Looks like about 11.
11. Okay. Gerry, how about you? What was your haul this year?
So I got 9. Full disclosure, like we opened them up on Saturday. We made sure they were all there, and I already boxed them up, and they're with my rest of the ornaments. So I didn't bring them. So I'm sorry. I should have realized we were going to be doing that, but I got 9 of them. So
okay. Well, Gerry, you had no idea when you were doing a show about ornaments that you would need the ornaments. I understand your train of thought there, Gerry.
It's just tradition that like we open them up to make sure that they're not broken, and then we put them with all the rest. So I completely spaced. I'm sorry. So my bad.
That's okay. But we'll be back part 2 in November when Gerry unboxes them.
So I did write down what I have. So they're here.
Okay, good. Okay, so Gerry, why don't you go and tell us one? Yes.
Okay, so I guess the question in everyone's mind, what bag do you have?
Nice.
I got 9 of them. So
okay.
You got the bag.
Right? They're on a wish list. So I think there's a range or price point of like what 18 to 25 times 9. I think you make the cutoff. You got a nice bag.
My bad, guys. I spaced. Okay, the first one that I got was the Frosty and Santa. And so it's Frosty
and Santa.
Yep. Frosty is right behind Santa, and the writing on his sleigh. It's from Rankin Bass's Frosty the Snowman.
And, I see it. Okay. If you're looking up Frosty the Snowman, Frosty and Santa, right, they're in a sleigh together, the Rankin and Bass style. That makes sense. Oh, that's really cool. And does that play any music?
I don't recall. I don't think it does, though. No,
it does.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
No, that one did not.
Okay, yeah. That's a nice looking one, though. Okay, I see that. That's so that's the Frosty the Snow. Now, what made you want that? You're just a big Rankin and Bass fan?
I'm a Rankin Bass guy. I mean, I think everybody, at least everybody listening to my show or Tis the Podcast where I'm a frequent guest kind of knows that. So, and Frosty's like one of the favorites. It's one of the big 3 where like it doesn't feel like Christmas if I don't watch it. So I had to grab that one.
Now, as an aside, Seth just learned about Rankin Bass this year and called it Rankin File live on air. We had the sound clip. So
he thought it was a fish. You heard Rankin Bass, he was thinking of fish. He's like, I've never heard of that species.
It's after our Veterans Day special episode.
That's right.
At least that's true. Have they released other
many? Yeah, I have
Rankin Bass.
Yes. Whatever the non-military one.
Big mouth bass, Seth. Yes,
big mouth bass. They have. Okay.
No, Seth, they don't release ornaments from some of the most endearing characters of all time in Christmas lore. They don't do that because they don't like selling ornaments. Good, excellent contributions. I'm sorry, Seth.
I don't know.
Go get your brown Hallmark bag and get out of here, Seth. We know you didn't qualify for the fancy bag, all right?
Right. I think I would.
So Seth only has like, what are they, Birkin bags? What are those fancy Hermes bags you carry around, Seth?
Yeah,
15,000 bags.
Man purse.
It's a Tom Bin,
Yes.
right? He's got a Tom Bin bag.
One of them. So, Joe, what do you have next? So we have a Rankin Bass. We have Bigfoot. It is
Bigfoot.
Okay. Rankin Bass.
Bigfoot. It is.
Okay. That's an interesting one. Okay.
So my family's a big Disney family. We've gone 3 or 4 times to Disney over the years. They have they've been putting out some newer ones based on the rides at Disney World, which is great. And this year they released Mickey riding Space Mountain. So I had to pick that one up. Space Mountain being, the big roller coaster at Magic Kingdom. They've put out so many every year. I think last year may have been Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm not positive. They've been doing Haunted Mansion stuff. They've been putting out that.
There's a lot of that.
Year.
Yes, I saw that.
That was all. Yeah, that was all from last year too. So it was like the magic. They have this Haunted Mansion stuff. It's all magic chord stuff based. It can tell a story. Basically, it tells the story of you going through the Haunted Mansion, which is really cool. I don't have any of those because they just cost too much.
Stupid.
They're
expensive,
so expensive. Yeah. And they don't go on clearance like some of the other ones do. Otherwise, I would probably wait and try to get them then. But
the Haunted Mansion ones play together. They like do an entire scene. They interact. Seth, this is the craziest thing. The ornaments talk to each other and all do a scene. It's really. I just saw it at the store last week. It's really wild.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Okay, yeah, they're about $45 each. Those ones.
Yeah,
right.
And then and you got to buy them all to tell that. I mean, you could play them individually, but to have them tell the story, you got to buy. I think there's 6 of them.
Of course.
So, now, is the
clever?
Yeah. Is the Haunted Mansion a Halloween? Is it just scary? It has nothing to do with Christmas, right? It's just Disney. I haven't seen it.
A Haunted Mansion is the haunted dark ride at Magic Kingdom and at Disneyland. They do in Disneyland. They do change it to.
Well, isn't it a movie too? Though it is a movie, right?
Several movies. There's
they've made several Haunted Mansion movies. Yeah,
and the Muppet special as well.
Yeah, what's the Christmas movie they change it to? It's I'm blanking on it. It's the Tim Burton.
Nightmare Before
Christmas. Yes, thank you. I don't know why I forgot that. So in the winter they retheme the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland to be Nightmare Before Christmas, and I've not seen that yet, but it looks cool. So
right. Okay. All right. So that's one now. Was that a pre-order you got or no?
That was a pre-order. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Gerry, you're up next. What do you have?
So it's called Leapfrogging Friends. My daughter Leapfrogging Friends. My daughter is a huge Winnie the Pooh fan. Like ever since she was 1.5, she's been into Winnie the Pooh. Now she's starting to grow out of it because she's 12. But she saw it, and it's Tigger on top of Pooh Bear, like playing leapfrog, and Pooh Bear has a Santa hat on. It's great.
I see it. That is adorable. Disney Winnie the Pooh Leapfrogging Friends ornament. Right. Okay, that's very cute. They're wearing scarves. Pooh forgot his pants as usual, and they're just out there in the snow. So it's gonna be freezing.
Pooh Bear.
Yeah, he's weird, that Pooh Bear. But okay, so that's one. So I am interested. I hope everybody listening is interested, like why you picked this out of all of them. So you just said because your daughter really picked this one because she's a big Winnie the Pooh fan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it all started when my mother-in-law showed her the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh when she was like 1.5 years old, and she had just been all in on Pooh Bear. And so every year they usually have one, and so we usually buy at least one. This year they have 2. There's another one with Eeyore, but we didn't get that one because it was pretty similar to one from like last year.
Right. Okay. Right. And at least for a little bit longer until she becomes a teenager. Dad, I hate Winnie the Pooh and I hate you and I can't even stand it. Why are you getting me?
With like skulls on his shirt or something, But for now, it's all good. Yeah.
Isn't there a nice skull ornament you can get me, Dad? So. All right. So Joe, what do you have next?
Okay. So I'll reintroduce a pop culture one. I have Bellatrix Lestrange.
Oh, there we go.
From Harry Potter.
Bellatrix Lestrange, Harry Potter. Okay. I have an admission to make. I've never seen or read Harry Potter. I do know obviously about it, but I have not. Seth, are you a Harry Potter fan?
Well, she's a villain.
Okay, that looks to me like Elvira from USA Up All Night.
It does kind of look like Elvira, yeah.
You're muted, Seth. We can't hear you.
I'm sorry about that. I've always wanted to watch them. I think I've seen like bits and pieces of the first one, but yeah, I know not of the Harry Potter world.
Me either. But that does look like Elvira, unless I'm wrong. But that's a good 80s reference, right, Gerry?
It does.
It's a great 80s reference. I got an Elvira episode coming out this Halloween.
Oh, really?
Nice.
I do, yeah. Yeah. So no, it's Helena Bonham Carter is the actress that's modeled after there. But
okay. Oh, I see. Wow. Okay. So if you're a Harry Potter fan, that's a must-have. Joe, was that a pre-order?
It is a pre-order and it is an exclusive.
It was
limited edition. So they only put out a few of these. They've been doing that for the past few years. Every year they release like an exclusive Harry Potter one for the July release. Last year was Hermione in the pink dress. I think the year before that was Luna Lovegood. So they've been only releasing these exclusive Potter characters, and this is always the one that I have to go grab. And you should all watch Harry Potter because it's amazing. So
okay, Seth is coming out to visit.
I'm like, what are those, like famous streetwalkers in history or something? Like Lana Lovegood or
Luna Lovegood.
Lovegood.
Bellatrix Lestrange is a dark witch.
Oh, we all know, Joe. We all know what she does.
That's right. Seth has the Linda Lovelace ornament or whatever the name.
It's a little bit different.
Oh, okay. Seth, didn't you live by Dallas at one point? Or no, that you were a Houston boy. Gerry's in Dallas.
That's where Gerry's
I
territory.
used to live in Houston, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. There you go.
I knew somebody named Debbie when I lived there, but
some girl I knew.
I do have a fun announcement. Cousin Seth will be here in 12 days, right, Seth?
Oh, yeah, that one's safe. 11.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. 12. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
He is going from a Foo Fighters concert in Cincinnati, then heading directly to North Carolina. Coming here, we're going to a Slightly Stupid Dirty Heads concert. He's hanging out for the weekend and jet setting right back to Chicago. For real, it's crazy.
That's
so this guy is all over the place. It's going to be fun. Yeah,
that's exciting. I wish I could stay longer, but
I know we do too, Seth. Especially when you bring that big bankroll down. You know what I mean? We do it big. It's fun. But anyway, we digress. Seth, we're here about the ornaments, not about your bank account this time. Okay, try to keep it in line. This is crazy.
38 minutes in. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
That's not bad.
Go first.
So,
and I think you actually
Gerry,
brought it up, Chad.
Seth has a silent code he gives me.
Start talking.
Yeah, he texted me offline. So, Gerry, what do you have? What do you have next? And let's try to keep it clean, Gerry, please.
All right. So Holiday Optimus Prime. So this is one that's very reminiscent of a figure that was released by Super 7, a reaction figure called Holiday Optimus Prime, of course. But it's really cool. It's Optimus Prime, but he's red and green themed. He's got the Santa beard and hat. He's got a candy cane gun, like that gun that he usually has, that blaster. And I mean, I'm a huge 80s, kid. So Transformers was all in. I can't wait for the Voltron one to drop in October because that one is like my all-time, like the ornament I've been requesting for decades now.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm super excited for that one. But Holiday Optimus Prime, yeah, that's the one.
Is October the next big Is October the next big drop date?
October, yeah, that's the next big drop.
Is it bigger than the July one?
No, the July one's usually bigger. At least here. I don't know about over there for you, Joe.
They're actually not that. They're about the same. There's going to be some bigger. Yeah, I mean, with the amount of ornaments, by the time October comes around, though, there's not a big like in-store thing. They just are released that certain day. My wish list, when you fill out the wish list, you fill out for the entire year. So everything that you saved is saved for you. So in October they'll have, I think there's like 3 or 4 that I'm going to be waiting on. So.
Oh,
it is so smart. Think about what they do. Hallmark drops the book in April when no one's thinking of Christmas. Maybe this room accepted, but no one's thinking about Christmas. Yeah,
but we're Christmas nerds, so it's all right.
Yeah, it's a little different. And then July, they have people waiting out the door to buy things for a holiday that's in 5-6 months. It's brilliant marketing, really. And then October would be more natural. But I'm looking at that Optimus Prime holiday one. I have to say that is awesome. The gun, everything about it I like. That is, and Gerry, that's like the most Gerry ornament I've ever seen, I think. It's 80s, it's Christmas.
That's right.
It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot. That's the best.
That one was cool. It doesn't make noise, but it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. You can make the noise behind it. Woo,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Autobots.
So we're running
out.
Yeah, you could do whatever you want. It's yours now, Gerry.
That's right.
Joe, since we're running already late on times, we had to talk about Seth and his money and his concerts and things. Do you want to pick like your next 3 or 4 favorites? So we'll go through just, I don't know that we'll have time to get through all 10. Okay.
Sure. So why don't I just show you all this 3 of the Star Wars ones that I got.
Okay. You're a huge Star Wars fan.
I'm a huge Star Wars fan. We have the Mandalorian with the dark saber.
Dark saber, yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
And is that just standard? That's standard Mandalorian, nothing different, like nothing Christmassy or anything?
No,
regular.
It's just the Mandalorian, yeah.
Okay.
We have Sabine Wren. She was in Ahsoka, and then also in
Rebels,
the Star Wars cartoon. And then the exclusive Padme Amidala from episode 2.
Nice.
Or episode 1, I'm sorry. This was the limited edition Star Wars character, so I picked up Padme. So 3 Star Wars characters. Seth, Chad, you know which ones are from what, which characters? You know who Padme is, correct?
Padme is episode 1, of course. Everybody knows
of course,
that.
Yeah.
Anybody, yes. And the other 2 don't even insult me with asking, please.
Yeah, one's from the animated, and then the other one's actually from episode 2. Some will argue it's episode 2, but it's definitely one. The other one was definitely from the cartoon one.
The last time we talked about ornaments, we talked about Padme when I was actually filling out my wish list on this show.
Oh, wow!
I brought up Padme, and Chad didn't know who she was, and I figured he still doesn't know who she is. So
no, I do.
Luke and Leia's mom.
Yeah.
Do you know who Luke and Leia are?
I know Luke and Leia. I know Pad Thai. I know a lot of different things, but I just don't know Padme. But I will look it up. I'm a little behind on Star Wars since the 70s, so I will have to catch up on that. But I know Jar Jar Binks. Is that an ornament?
They do have the Jar Jar. Yeah, they haven't put out a new Jar Jar in a while. So
okay, that's the last time I saw a Star Wars was I think 1998 when that one came out with Jar Jar Binks. So
that was your what you and your wife's first date or something like that. I think you said.
Yeah, right. No, we were dating before then, but yeah, that was an early date for sure. But we I'm just saving up. I'm saving up for like next time I have a cold to catch up on all of them. So I will catch up, Joe, and I'll report back. Just 30 years I'm waiting. I haven't been sick.
I haven't covered the Life Day, special yet. It's on the to-do list, but the special we don't speak of. But yeah,
well, we will be talking about it.
We will be talking about it. That's right.
And maybe we need to introduce Chad and Seth.
Ooh, I don't know. That's I don't think it's
Star Wars holiday special.
Okay, that would be fun. When did that come out? Is that like a new one or an old one?
1978. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
78.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it a full feature film or?
No, it is a 1 hour special. 1 hour special.
Really? That's
look it up.
Obviously, private.
No, yeah.
Okay. I won't look it up. I was starting.
I'm going to formally invite both of you because Gerry and Gerry and I are going to review it on Life Day in November.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to stream it through my channel and watch it and comment on it. So I think that should be the first time you guys see it and experience it.
Okay. All right.
I'm into it.
I like it. So we'll be watching it together as opposed to watching it Han Solo. Han Solo.
You'll be here all week, folks.
That's right.
Tip your waitress.
Yeah, I only have one Star Wars reference. That's all I could go on. I'm sorry, everybody. Yeah, sorry about that. Thanks a lot.
On your face. Oh, man. All right, never mind.
Say that again. You cut out.
I said, oh, did I? Sorry. I said you should see the Luke on your face.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
I like that. All right. Seth, you have anything? No, Seth froze. Come on, you could come up with a Vader joke than that one.
Come on, lay it off of me.
Oh, there you go.
This guy.
There we go.
The crowd is dying over here. This is fantastic.
I did not think it was going in this direction, but this is perfect.
No.
This is where it should be going.
I know. Well, Seth, you like Darth humor, so you're right up. It's right up your alley. But we digress. Joe, you did those three. Gerry, we're up to. You want to pick your top three left or something? Okay.
Sure. So, the ones that I really liked, The Holidays in Full Swing. My son wanted that one. It's Spider-Man, but instead of webs, he's got two strings of Christmas lights that he's hanging from, and each one has a little hook. So there's that one. The Sonic collecting the rings. I told you my son was super into Sonic, and it's literally you press the button and he spins and the rings light up as he's like going around his little
like the hamster wheel or whatever. Right?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know what it's called, but that one. And then my wife wanted the Oregon Trail.
It was like a stagecoach or something.
No, it's like it's got a picture of it. It's like a little computer, but it's got the picture of the I see it up right now.
Cool. Okay, yeah, like the old computer Oregon Trail ornament with light and sound. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
online it says coming soon, but you were able to get that already.
We did get it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are those all the remaining ones you got, or are there other ones?
No, and then I mean I can go ahead. There's just two left. So so I got the Hogwarts, the house crests, and then Luke's Diner travel mug. So, because my wife likes Gilmore Girls, and so it's Luke's. It's just the travel mug with Luke's Diner on it, and you play it, and they're talking something. I don't know. I don't Gilmore Girls, but my wife's like super into it, so whatever. We have a few others on our wish list that just aren't coming out till October. So the Voltron's on the wish list. I don't remember what else, but there's a few others. So
wow, okay.
I think the stands. It's just Voltron. It's just But yeah, so that one, I think Goku and Vegeta are coming out in October. My sons are he likes Dragon Ball, so
so does my son.
Yeah. So
very cool. Oh, I didn't know they have Dragon Ball ones coming out. I'll have to snag.
Oh, and we got the Mermaid Barbie too. My 5-year-old wanted the Mermaid Barbie, so I said okay, fine. She has two others. She has like the orange one from last year. And one from the year before. So that's I guess she's collecting the line. I think that means that's what that stands for. But.
Gerry, did you say you have multiple trees?
So we have one main tree. We don't have like a lot of it. We have a little 5-foot tree that's in my my 12-year-old's room, and then we have like a tabletop tree that's on like a little table in my son's room as well.
So as probably for both you guys, like as you get. Well, Joe, what are you worried about? You got so many trees. So how do you determine what makes the cut? It's like when you're limited in your tree availability, and you're just like, all right, these are going to come up, or maybe not this year.
There's certain ones that you like more than others.
True.
You know, like I have some that sometimes I buy them just when they're on clearance at like you can get sometimes they can get up to 90% off at some point. So you're literally spending like $2 for an ornament.
They had a Zach Morris one last year for like $2. It was
it was great. Yeah.
And so if it's something that I like, I think
if it had been Kelly Kapowski, I would have picked that one up. So.
Yeah. But I have some older ones that are a little bit more fragile these days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's some that are falling apart, so you want to make sure they don't, you know, if you put them up, they're gonna fall. And then but yeah, it's more just like, well, I'm gonna put this one up, or nope, I'll skip it this year. And there's no real reason other than what I mentioned there. But
yeah. My parents have so many in like big bins that they'll just kind of grab one, because my dad doesn't want to go up to the attic to get like a bunch of bins down. So they'll just grab one bin. And even that is like a lot, because there's a bunch of traditional ones that they have to put on their tree. And my brother, who's like the one that's the youngest, he's still unmarried. He still goes home for Christmas every year. He picks up a lot of the Star Wars one because he loves Star Wars. He puts up like some of the basketball and baseball ones because he loves basketball. My dad loves baseball. So he kind of just chooses some of his favorites. But for us, it's we're like you, Joe, where we just kind of choose, like, I got to put up Batman. Like all my Batman, I have a million Batmans, but there's like some that you just have to put up. And so like,
you forget. Year to year, you kind of forget. And then you're like, oh yeah, that one. I remember where I was. Cousin Seth sent us this is true, a very nice custom ornament this year with all our names on everything. It was lovely. That was really nice. You spelled our names right and everything.
So I have 3 left. 2 of them have sound, so I wanted to show them real quick. And I know we're running out of time, but
okay.
Let me show you this one. I just got this one because it was interesting looking. Toy Maker Santa. It was a limited edition version.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
Yep.
Did you pre-order that? Did you?
No, they had it there, and I thought, all right, I'm going to grab it because it was kind of cool. I liked it a lot. Cool. Yeah.
Joe, that says it's 25th anniversary. At 25th anniversary, what is 25th anniversary of what?
Well, they put out a Toy Maker Santa one. Like there's a lot of themes that they repeat over and over again. Like my wife, the one ornament that she always wants me to get is the mischievous kitten. So it's like a little kitten ornament that she wants every year. So we buy that every year. And so this was so they have a Toy Maker Santa over the years. This is the 25th anniversary. They've been doing it for 25 years, essentially.
Very cool. I like that one. That's cool. Classic.
Next one, which one uses batteries and has sound, and I opened it so I can play it for you.
Ooh.
Is the Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, I thought about Ghostbusters. Wow. I thought really hard about Terminator and the Gremlins ones too.
Oh yeah, cool. Gerry, I'm surprised you didn't get this one. They're melting. They're roasting,
really shocked.
The steak guy.
Budget.
Yeah.
If I didn't have to buy the dumb mermaid one, I probably would have gotten it. But
I know that's right. Seth will send you one. Don't worry.
Just here it is.
Look at that.
That's cool, right?
That is very cool.
So let me put it by the microphone so you can hear it.
It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Well, there's something you don't see every day. 1, 2, 3, all stop! I have a radical idea. The doors.
So it plays a bunch of scenes from the movie, and it lights it all up, so you can sort of see it glows.
Joe, do you see behind Gerry that green with envy glow? Literally behind him is an orb of green right now. It was not there before.
And then the big ornament, which is really hard to admit I purchased for, especially when you see the price of it.
Here we go.
Is the Garbage Smasher.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You were talking about this when the Dream Book came out. We had you on, and Seth had no idea what that was. Of course, I was very familiar with it. So this is the Han Solo. What is this one again? What's going on in this room?
Well, explain the scene to us, Chad.
It's an escape room game that they went to while they were visiting the Jersey Shore. And they're working together to get out, right?
In a galaxy far away.
Yeah.
Just farther down the beach, actually.
So after Han and Leia and Chewbacca rescue Princess Leia, they have to get to a laser battle with stormtroopers. Princess Leia shoots open a vent, and they drum down, and it goes into this garbage chute. And then the garbage chute starts to close in on them, and they have to have R2-D2 and C-3PO stop the garbage chute from closing in on them. So
this is a wild episode of Jersey Shore. I've never heard this one. Have you seen this one, Seth?
No, never with those number things. What are the droids?
Last year they had the Han being frozen in carbonite.
And I have that one too.
It was awesome, but it was long. Like you press it and it's like 3 minutes long or something.
This is really long too, so I'm not going to play the whole thing. But
that is, for those of you playing along at home, that is the Star Wars New.
So what's happening is the walls start to move in on them. If you can see it, it moves real
actually
slow.
moving.
Does it? Wow.
Look at that.
That's wild.
Yeah. So it just keeps moving and moving and moving till it plays like the entire sequence, and then it stops, and then it actually retracts itself after it's done.
What's
that's a pretty sizable ornament.
This is not something you can hang on a tree. Like they've, as Gerry mentioned, last year was Han and Carbonite. Mm-hmm. That thing was giant. The year before that, I bought the Batman 1966 Adam West, Burt Ward, and they change into Batman and Robin. They go down the poles.
That was cool.
That thing is like this tall. It's like 7 inches tall, and it weighs probably 3 or 4 pounds. Like it does not. It's not something you can hang on a tree. And it's so this will sit on a table next to the tree, so it doesn't fall off. And it uses what's called the magic ornament, because it takes more than just batteries, but it's a whole bunch of series of little plugs that you can plug all those ornaments into, so that you can then play them all at the same time if you want.
Oh, okay. That's how you sync up. That is.
So that's the Star Wars A New Hope Shut Down the Garbage Mashers ornament with light, sound, and motion. $69.99, everybody. That's a big one. Wow. Yeah, that's no joke. We're not going to see that in the 1988 book at all. That's
no, it's a very different book there.
So I was curious because I wanted to see who spent more money. And I think it's pretty clear who spent more money.
Yeah, no, I didn't buy any of those. No.
So
that one right there was like 3 of mine.
So I think Gerry spent around $210.
It's about right.
As I'm doing the math as we're doing this. Here's my receipt.
Let's see. Here we go. The big I can't see it. Can you see it, Seth?
$290.82. I just took an eye exam.
$250. It's $259.
Okay.
Wow.
$259. Okay. And that is with my additional $6 that I had in my Hallmark account from last year. So
I always forget to use, man. Like I have it, and I always I always forget to apply it. So at this point, I have like a bunch of points racked up, and just oops.
Yeah.
Oh, good to know. I'm going to go in next week and be like, "Hey, I'm Gerry D from Totally Rad. Apply my rewards account, please."
You're more than welcome to.
I'm going to have to try that.
What's your address? Dallas-ish.
Yeah, Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Yeah, I know. Pick one. I don't care.
So we learned a little about your traditions. We learned how your families interact with it, which ones you got. We learned almost to the penny what everybody spent. We learned that Seth is going to send Gerry an ornament if he is bold enough to give Seth his address. So it comes with risks, of course. But I like this. It was fascinating. I don't know what it is. Fascinating to find out why you guys choose it, which one. There's so many. Seth's mind was blown.
Absolutely.
What was your favorite, Seth? What was your favorite?
Coming to realization that there's this common thread among the whole Christmas celebrating year-round community of their partners being accepting of what they do. It seems like everybody we talk to, their partner just deals with it or is accepting.
Yes.
There's a lot of that, yeah.
Yeah.
I did see Joe's wife pop into the room for a second to pick something up. I think it was a couple of the ornaments. She's mouthed, "I'm going back to the store to return these pieces."
There's one.
Right.
There's the other. Yeah.
But I have the receipt, so she can't do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. I think they're broken anyway now. So, yep. Okay, I heard. Yep, she's out. So, well, guys, thank you very much for joining us. My favorite, just to throw it out there, was the Optimus Prime Christmas one. Actually, that was a really cool. I like that. It gave good vibes. Youth remind me of playing with that when I was younger. Christmas, all that good stuff. So I like that one. Big fan. And thank you guys very much. Check out Joe Christmas Aficionado on Instagram, on YouTube, on billboards in Times Square, everywhere. You can also, we're going to be live with him July 16th on Instagram. He wants to get the history of Christmas cousins on YouTube. I'm sorry, on YouTube. He's going to try to get the history of the Christmas cousins, trying to get us for a serious interview set. That's going to be wild. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, good luck. And there'll be drinking involved. And Gerry,
you're welcome.
Thank you, Gerry. That's the Totally Rad Christmas podcast. Check Gerry out. He's got all things 80s. He even goes all the way up to 1993, as he calls it, the common era. So he doesn't recognize anything post-Nirvana. He will not even talk about Dave Grohl and Foo Fighters. So
I will, just not on my show. Like, I don't mind talking about it. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Seth is going to see Dave Grohl next week, actually, aren't you, Seth?
That's amazing.
Yeah, next Thursday.
That's
very cool.
Very excited.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, thank you guys so much. I hope, Seth, you're inspired to get more ornaments this year. I know I am.
Oh, I am.
Thank you guys. Check them out. Okay, good.
Well,
we want to
do a wish list.
I
should do an October wish list for October.
You heard it here first, folks. Dropping breaking news, Seth. Very cool.
Can I still do it? Because you said you had to pick out the ones for the year.
You could still do it for October.
Oh, okay.
And then you could just go to the store and get the ones that you want.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine you're in a Hallmark store and you see cousin Seth walk in. That'd be so wild. That'd be mind blowing. People be sending pictures all day. It's crazy. Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you, audience, for showing up out of this heat. Yes. This was wild.
Thank you. Yep.
The 100 that got in, the 200 waiting outside for autographs. Thank you. And everybody, check us out. Christmas Cousins Pod, email christmascousinspod@gmail.com, all that good stuff. Thank you. We'll see you next time. I'm Cousin Chad, it's Cousin Seth, there's Joe, there's Jen, there's everybody. Here we go.
Bye-bye.